Oh, hey, what's up, Jaden? Yeah, welcome. I'm so excited to hang out with you. Welcome to my castle. And you're looking pretty refreshed, I must say, after all that sleep. But hey, let's get back into the action together and go on some adventures. What do you say? All right? You down for that? Yeah? Yeah? Okay. Well, hey, I did grab him finally, man. It was the best case, worst case scenario. Yeah, yeah. But it was a thing where like I was at 1900 coins, and the next pull was the pity bar pull. So regardless, I was going to be able to pity him one way or the other. And I got the lucky pity. So he showed up on the pity bar. Was able to use my 2,000 coins for shards, and yeah, the rest is history. Now we're hanging out on this terrace. So hope you guys got lucky as well. But it's just a little fun to see him out there and whatnot. There's a unit. There's a couple vision cards to talk about this week. Thank you for asking, but I do feel a lot better after my dust infection. I washed all of those clothings. I had sweaters all over my house, just everywhere you could, because you can't lay flat to dry and all that. So I mean, they were everywhere. But thankfully everything is dedusted, and so is my face. So cheers to that. All right, let's go see what all we have going on and how we feel about it. Or me, how I feel about it, because that's what we're really talking about here. Okay, we have Nichol, and he is, of course, from Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, the original game. And this is not him. This is just his card, and I don't want to talk about that right now. I want to talk about him first. Does he? Oh no, this is his featured summon. Sorry. Well, anyhow, let's look at his stats. He is a military tactician from the Eldarian Federation who belongs to a family of water shrine guardians known as the Wardens of the Waters. He wishes to protect his nation more than any other, and to this end, he always looks at the bigger picture, setting his personal feelings aside to make choices for the greater good. The oldest of 3 siblings, he loves his brother El and his sister Luca deeply. He sure does. And all of that, was, okay, what I gotta say about FFBE, man, is, you had the main story, which, had a lot of really poignant and, like, moving moments for me. But then they also, when you get these story events and then get, like, a little bit deeper into the background of some of the side characters, those were always really, really cool, too. And, some of them were also extremely meaningful and gut-wrenching, precious bread and things like that. So, I enjoyed a lot of the stories around Nichol and the, family. And, even just exploring Eldarian area. So yeah, all his screen time was definitely enjoyed by me. But he did have some really hot glasses in FFB. I don't know why they felt like that was something he needed to lose in this game. I wish I could get him back, but he can't. That's all right. We can still talk about him, hot glasses or not. His main job is Eldarian Tactician. Oh, and speaking of that, he is, of course, a water unit. He's going to be a book unit. Warden of the Water is Nichol. I should have already told you this. His UR rarity, he's cost 70. So that gives you all you need to know about that. But let's talk about his jobs. This is going to be a rearguard spellcaster class. It's a job that can hinder enemies by removing haste and HP absorb effects, and by lowering magic attack while also providing various supports to allies, such as by raising CT, recovering AP, reducing taken physical damage, and raising resistance to all attack types. So just like in FFBE, he is going to be, supporty, which we've always loved him for, and also we'll see what else he can do. That might not be it. So, he's also got Spell Blades, a Vanguard Magic Tank class, a job with high magical defense that can draw enemy attacks. And then Arithmetician, Rearguard Spellcaster class that has non-casting abilities, which will become powerful depending on the height of the target and the unit levels, which is super fitting with him because, yes, he is a strategist, and like he loves to be thinking about all the ways, mathing everything and whatnot. So actually, to that point, I gotta say, what am I drinking right now? What would Nichol be drinking? Well, here's the thing. He is way too serious of a strategist to waste his time on a drink. And also, it's probably good because Citra and Folka are probably like constantly like trying to get him a little tipsy, and it's probably best he stay away from that because, being that one of them is his grandma, he shouldn't really be entering that territory. So it's a good thing. And so he's not drinking, but I am. But I also don't want to offend him, so I'm drinking vodka because it's clear with sparkling water. So he thinks I'm drinking the official beverage of his nation, but no, it's secretly spiked. But he doesn't have to know that. Anyway, his limit burst is Ancient Flood, and let's see, that's gonna be a magic attack which will lower resistance of targets within range for 3 turns, while dealing damage of an extra large amount based on the caster's magic stat, and significantly lowers the magic attack for 3 turns, and lowers agility for 3 turns of his target. So this is AoE. It's going to cost 69 AP, whoa, and he can use it once. And then there's a little map there for that. So yeah, he does have some nice little attacks there in his repertoire. Here's what it looks like. And if only he had those glasses, I would just have loved to have just like seen him, push him up a little bit on his nose after doing something powerful. But it's whatever. Can't get everything right. Well, anyhow, his TMR will be Nichol's robe. It kind of looks like Slime's robes, but don't get them confused because this one is not slimy at all. It is a shield TMR. Omniscient Benediction is going to be ability on that. It will raise defense and spirit of allies with an area around self for 4 turns, while bestowing a debuff effect, defense piercing rate and spirit piercing rate down for 3 turns, to own successful attacks for 4 turns. You can use it twice with cost of 24 TP. And it's got like a nice little range on that too, so they don't have to be like rubbing up against him. He can still use it on them if they're, just a step away. It'll give a nice little HP stat, some defense of 6, 12 spirit, and critical evade of 12. And let's hear the story on it, shall we? It is a robe with a memorable deep color blue on the shoulders and the end of the sleeves. Although it looks heavy, it was made from soft materials with an emphasis on being lightweight. As a result, the wearer can stay agile and can cast magic spells with distinct ease. There is no doubt that the robe comes from Aldaria, Nichol's homeland. But it's unclear whether the robe is related to his position as a warden of the waters. And I gotta say, another reason why he's not drinking is like his sister Luca is like sitting at the bottom, well, standing at the bottom of the ocean or lake, and that's also gonna feel pretty awkward if you're like out enjoying yourself while your sister's getting really super pruny. So. I just want to mention that. I thought that's an important reason why he's, abstaining. Anyway, he looks pretty good, I gotta say. He doesn't seem to come with a weapon this week. There's nothing in the far plane for us to farm. But he is available if you want to buy him outright for 2k paid, which I should mention if you didn't know it already, but you probably do because this is like really, really exciting news. Is that with Black Friday, the that one pack came back, the one that's like $7.99, and then, well, that's USD, and then you get like 2,400 plus 70 paid Visior, which is gonna be all that you need if you want to buy him outright at 120 level 120, and you get 1,000 free vids with that. So that's the pack that if they just sold it all the time, man, they'd probably do really well. I don't know why their marketing team thinks this is the worst strategy ever, because I think it's an excellent strategy. Make that thing available, man, because People will be spending $7 versus spending nothing, right? Right. Super great deal, and especially when you have so many things out this week that you could just go spend that 2K paid on immediately. That's like they get the money from you, and then you like get rid of all that paid viz immediately. So it just seems like just a smart idea. So hey, I'm gonna say if anyone wants to pass that along to their marketing team and say like definitely always do this, then I don't know. That's that's just a thing that you should do, you peoples. So anyway, as you can see, I have my paid viz there, and I got that one. I got that pack, but then I also had some paid viz one before, and then I finished off another one because there's so many things to buy, including this thing, man. Or no, that's him. That's the one I was just talking about, and his VC at level 99 for 2K paid. So another thing to think about, but what we need to talk about is I need to talk about what I don't know. I'll tell you. Is whether he's cool to pull. And I gotta say yes. And you know what? I have a lot of reasons for this. I think he's cool generally. As a unit, I think 70 costs really do carry their weight in this game. And ice and water are like pretty plentiful right now, so he's gonna be able to, hook up with a lot of those teams. Book, we'd have to kind of look at those VCs as to see like what overlaps really well, but I do think he'll be a fun unit to use, and not really is that's the point, but he is so cool. And I have this thing with FFBE units where I feel really compelled to support the ones that come out and pull for them and like show that they're like very desired, very wanted, because that just brings me one step closer to my best girl Thistleus, which I would love to see come out and wear the vision. So as long as I can continue to support the FFBE like original units that have been brought into War of the Visions, then I feel like they might get the hint that they should continue making more of them. So I'm going to do that as much as I can, especially with the units that I think are pretty cool. And we're kind of getting to the end, like where I feel like, okay, like we've had so many of these. We've had Reagan now, we've had Nichol now. And I feel like, man, Thistleus she's got to be in like the next 5, right? I feel like she has to be. She's just so damn cool. So anyway, I feel like, yeah, keep supporting these units and maybe she will arrive. At least that's my strategy. All right, here is the VC. Again, this is the 2K paid. You can get it for, at level 99, ambushing and ambush. You can also just pull for it. Somewhere? Can you? Can you not? Can you only get it this way? Huh? I don't know. This is weird. Nichol and ambushing and ambush. Is this the only way to get ambushing and ambush? Just like naturally? Because if you use this banner, that's really strange. Well, you can also buy it. And it's going to be guaranteed just for 2K, just 2K paid. And let's look at it, So yeah, it does look like they're on the same banner, which is like positive and negative. But anyway, limited party ability is going to be for Sword Red Mage, Staff Devout, Gloves, and Book, which all of those have super solid and relevant recent units in those jobs. So this is going to apply to all those, and you can already think of some of the team comps that you might be putting together. It's going to give reaction block rate of 48, spirit piercing rate up 20, and then agility up 15%, which is always super important. Limited party ability on quests will give critical damage of 25 to those job types, and then for the person that you're slapping this on, they're going to get magic up 10%, unit attack resistance up 10. And then if this person is Nichol or Veritas of the Waters, they're going to get water attack up 20. Now, if you do get the Vision Mastery for quests, you'll get Fire Eater up 3 and water attack up 3. So all in all, seems like a really strong card, specifically because it has that agility on it. The spirit piercing rate up is great too. And like if you just look at who can use this, I mean, those are all magic, for the most part, magic units, with the exception of like Old Man Dude. He is a red sword mage and needs attack, but for the most part, these are all going to be magic units. That spirit piercing rate is definitely going to be applicable. And just, yeah, there's just great options there, and you use these units with those job types all the time. So definitely helpful. Having learned that Lake Dor was polluted, Luca, the water priestess, makes her way to the lake, just as the Veritas of the Waters had planned. By luring Luca to the lake, the Veritas of the Waters would be able to end her life. However, my, what a pathetically obvious plan. You ambushed my ambush? Have you no decency? Nichol saw through the Veritas of the Waters' schemes and was able to successfully turn the tables and ambush the ambusher by surrounding the lake with the aid of Rain and the others. What a very cool moment that was. I remember it well. So, that's a fun scene. It's fun to have these little callbacks to those memories. I miss FFB already. But is this VC cool to pull? Yeah, you know what? I gotta say it is, because it's got, like I said, a lot of relevancy to the units that we're all using, and gives you some party options and whatnot. And yeah, you can get it for the 2K paid. And if you buy, just pretty much you can get it for $7. I mean, I just feel like every once in a while throwing a couple bucks at this game that gives me such joy is kind of a no-brainer. I feel good about it. But there you go. That's a card you can get, or you can try your luck in the joint summon. So yes, so far Nichol and his card both cool to pull. If you needed a reminder. All right, now we have Hour of the Raging Stag. This is going to be the VC that's released this week to go along with my new man, Jaden. He is going to be, of course, able to use this. So instead of saying stupid things, I'll just go in here. Alright, so again, we're going to be applying this card to Red Sword Mage, Devout, and then Gun. So once more, you're going to have a lot of relevant units to use and to pair with Jaden that are going to overlap on this card. So it's a good choice there. It's going to give area attack resistance up 24, type chain resistance up 24, and then missile attack up 35, which is really just specific to him. Limited party ability for those jobs is going to give accuracy up 15 in guild battle, which is awesome. Bestowed effects will give unit attack resistance piercing rate up 20 and magic up 10% for the unit you're slapping it on. If you are putting this on Jaden, King of Conquest, Lucio, Raldor, Elstra, or Grifford, my man Grifford, then you're going to get max HP up 10% and area attack resistance up 10. And then during guild battle, for Vision Mastery, you will get missile attack up 2 and dexterity up 5%. So, definitely the card for Jaden. And I do really love seeing all his pals up there, because I've grown to really like all of them, I must say. Very, very much so. The light of dawn filtered into the dimly lit corridor, marking the beginning of the next act in a battle of fates. Standing in the quiet passage of his castle, Jaden decided to close his eyes and take a moment before departing for the field of battle. Through sheer force of will had he awoken, and he was ready. His mind was at peace, despite the impending terror of the Realm Scourge and the crisis imposed by Heindler's occupation of his castle. His body was strong, despite the many moons he spent bedridden. Determination renewed, he opened his eyes. And as if in response, the sound of boots on stone echoed along the corridor. Turning around, he was greeted by his most trusted companions lined up before him, eyes burning with conviction. Jaden gave them a little grin and a quick nod, then took a step forward, a step into a new history that they would forge together. Oh man, I want to see that. I want to see that moment cinematically. That would have made me cry my eyes out. I would have loved it. Yeah, especially because they probably wouldn't be crying. It would be like nod. But I would be crying. He's so cool. All right, so but is this card cool to pull? You know what, Jaden? I love you to pieces, and the area attack resistance is nice, but I gotta say, This missile attack up 35 is really going to only be something that is going to help him out. I can't think of any party comps that you're putting together right now where that missile attack is going to be that crucial. And like, yes, area attack is great, type chain resistance is great, but I don't know. I don't know. You'll have to figure out what you want to do, and there could be possible comps in the future that you'll really want this for. But as of now, as cool as this card looks, I just think that there's so many other things that I'm gonna have to say are a little bit cooler. So, you know, and it hurts me. It hurts me too because I'm gonna want it. I'm ultimately gonna want this card, but I don't think that it's you know, cool enough for me to get right now and spend my viz on. I'm gonna be using all this paid viz that I have hoarded towards these crazy things like this thing that you can get. Look at this, you know, this is like, you know, 5 select VCs, 5 select URs, you know, not at level 120 or 99 or anything. And then also you've got these banners that have, you know, you can get a level 99 for 2k paid viz. So it's kind of really like the week of choices, especially if you buy that $7 pack. Like, where are you going to use that 2k paid? Where are you going to save it? So that's all up to you. You know, you can't rely on me to tell you anything, give you direction, because I can barely give that to myself. So anyway, yeah, it's a fun week, and you know, Black Friday got some good deals out there, and I hope you know, get some good deals out in real life too. And have a good holiday if you're in the States. Yeah, I know. Happy holidays and stuff. Thanksgiving is going to be out here next week. And yeah, good shopping deals and all that fun stuff. I'm in the market for a new laptop. In fact, the one that I use to make these videos on is pretty horrendous. It's not going to update the quality. I'm not going to get better at making these videos, just so you know. But, you know, it'll be better for me on my end. That's all that matters, right, Jason? Right. So, that's that. I will get out of here, get this going, and I will say awkward goodbye, and as always, cheers.